Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's class, we solve 2017 summer paper 21. Summer 2017 paper 23. Question number 4. Question number 4. Costing question we are going to do. Here, Y Limited manufactures 3 products X, Y, Z. The following budgeted information is available. They are given the selling price, variable cost, machine and labor hours, fixed overhead, monthly unit, etc. So what is the question number 1? Question number 1. Calculate the contribution per unit for each product. Equation of calculating contribution. What is the equation to calculate the contribution? Selling price minus variable cost. So we have to calculate the contribution of 3 products X, Y, Z. Contribution is equal to selling price minus variable cost. So, selling price of each product they are given. Selling price 96, 128, 140. So, we have to just copy that 96, 128, 140. Next, variable cost, selling price minus variable cost, less variable cost. Variable cost is equal to material plus labor and other variable overhead. Here, product X, direct material is 7 kilos and the price is 4. So, 4 into 7. Then direct labor 8 multiply 3. Then again the variable overhead, direct material, labor, then variable overhead 2.40. So 4 multiply 7 is equal to 28 plus 8 multiply 3 is equal to 24 plus 2.40 is equal to 54.40. The same method you follow for product Y. Product Y is equal to 4 multiply 9. Here 4 multiply 9 and for product Z 4 multiply 15 and again direct labor 8 multiply how many hours? Here Y 4 and Z 4. Then variable overhead of Y 3.20, Z 3.20. The same method you follow. So variable cost is equal to the first one X we already calculated 54.40. The second one the same method you follow, material, labor and variable overhead 71.20. Then Z 95.20. Contribution is equal to contribution X 41.20 60, Y 56.80, then 140 minus 95.20 is equal to 44.80. So XYZ done. Next question. Prepare a statement to show the maximum contribution and maximum profit that Y Limited can earn for the month of April 2017. So what is the maximum contribution and maximum profit? How to calculate the profit as per marginal cost? Contribution minus fixed cost is equal to profit. Contribution is equal to selling price minus variable cost. Here we have already calculated the contribution in question number A. Each contribution we already calculated. So we have to contribution per unit we calculated. Now we have to calculate total contribution. Total contribution is equal to contribution per unit multiply the unit. Here the units are given. Product X 100 units, products Y 120 units, product Z 60 unit. That multiply contribution already we calculated. So first we have to find each contribution. So X Y Z contribution is equal to the X is XY, the contribution per unit 41.60, 56.80, 44.80. So 41.60, 56.80, 44.80. Multiply the units. Units already we checked. Monthly units are 100, 120, 60. 100, 120, 60 is equal to first one 4100, 60, 6800, 60. Next 44.80 multiply 60 is equal to 2688. So total contribution is equal to total 13,664. Next, now we have calculated the contribution. Next, what we have to check? The maximum profit. Contribution minus fixed cost is equal to profit. So, what is the fixed cost? Fixed cost has given fixed overhead is 7,000 per month. So, less fixed cost. Less fixed cost. Fixed cost is equal to 7,000. So total profit is equal to 6,664 is the total profit as per the marginal cost. Next, calculate the total machine hours required to meet maximum demand for the month of July 2017. Machine hours required. Each one's units multiply machine hours. So product X, again we do product X, then Y, then Z. X, Y, Z. First one, product X. X machine hours. Machine hours 1. X is 1. X is 1. Y is 2.50 and Z is 5. So 1, 2.50 and 5. These are the machine hours. Then you multiply with the units. The units are 100. So 1 into 100. 1 multiply 100. 2 multiply 120. 5 multiply 60. 1 multiply 100, then 2.50 multiply 120, 5 multiply 60. Labor hours per unit into total number of units is equal to 100, 300, again 300, total machine hours is equal to 700. So total machine hours required is 700. Next, additional information. Due to a machine breakdown, only 500 machine hours will be available for July 2017. Calculate maximum contribution and the maximum profit for the month of July 2017, taking into account limited machine hours available. Actually, how much machine hours we need? The machine hours required is 700, but the available machine hours are given only 500 machine hours are available. So when you are getting the limiting factor, machine hours or labor hours or material, whatever, limiting factor means which product gives you more contribution. We are giving full amount of machine or labor hours. What is the limiting factors? It will be distributed based on the ranking basis. Which is giving more contribution, we will give the ranking preference first. So first we have to do the ranking. Here 500 are available. So machine hours, we have to calculate contribution per machine hour. X, Y, Z contribution per machine hour. X, Y, Z. Contribution per machine hour is equal to contribution divided by machine hours. So first we do contribution divided by machine hours. So contribution is equal to, already we are done the contribution in the question. Where was the contribution? The first part we are done. We have calculating in the A part. Contributions are 41.60, 56.80 and 44.80. That is in the A part we are given. So first we do contribution. Contribution is equal to 41.60, 56.80, 44.80. So here the machine hours are limiting factor. So contribution divided by machine hours. So next, machine hours. Contribution divided by machine hours. Machine hours are already here, they are given the machine hours. Machine hours 1, product X 1, product Y 2.50, product Z 5. So 1 2.50, 1 2.50 and 5. So contribution per machine hour is equal to per machine hours is equal to 41.60 divided by 1, 41.60 and 56.80 divided by 2.50, 22.72. Next Z 8.96. So here which is giving more? This is 41.60. So which is giving the first, the ranking? So we have to give the ranking here. So which is giving the first rank and second rank? Ranking X is more, next Y is second, Z is third. 41.60 is the first number 1. Then the second highest is 22.72, 2 and Z is 3. So we will do the contribution per machine hour. Product X can produce the complete units and product Y also. But at product Z, the remaining machine hours we will use to produce the product Z. So we can make the production plan next. Production plan. Production plan. X Y Z. X is how many units we have to produce in X? X is 100 units, Y is 120 units and Z is 60 units. And what was the price? X is we need X 100 units, Y we need 120 units, but Z we have 60 units we have to produce. So each one we have to check. X 100 into 1. The machine hours required they are given. 1, 2.50, 5. So here the required machine hours already we are given in part C. X 1 into 100, 100. Then Y 2.50 multiply 120, 300. So X and Y we can get full, but the Z we need 300. The balance only we use for Z. So here X one into 100 is equal to 100. Y, how much it was? 2.5 multiply 120. 2.5 multiply 120 is equal to 300. But Z we need again 300. Here Z machine hours per unit we need 5. But here in Z we need per unit we need 5. But here the available, how much was the available machine hours? The available machine hours are given 500. So here 500 minus 100 plus 300, then 400 is equal to, only 100 is the balance. By using this 100 only we can give to product Z. So 100 divided by, to produce product Z, how many units machine hours required? 5 machine hours required. So 5 multiply, how many we can produce? 100 divided by, because the available machine hours, the balance machine hours is 100. So 100 divided by 5 is equal to 20. So 5 multiply 20, we can produce 20 units. So total is, by using 500 we can produce X complete product, Y we can produce complete product, but Z we can produce only 20. So next, what was the question here? Maximum contribution we are calculated and given the rank. Next we have to find the maximum profit. Profit is equal to contribution minus fixed cost. So we have to find the contribution as per the revised by using the limiting factor of machine hours. So profit statement. X Y Z. X is the contribution per unit of each. The contribution per unit we have already calculated. We can see here the contribution 41.60, 56.80, 44.80. In the part A also we are calculated the contribution in part A, right? It's easy, it's clear. Part A we are calculated 41.60, 56, 44.80. So contribution multiply the units. So here contributions are 41.60, 56.80, 44.80. We already calculated. Multiply number of units. We have only 500 machine hours. So we cannot produce full product of product Z. Only product X and Y we can produce complete. But product Z we can produce only, how many we can produce? Only 20. So here product X we can produce 100. So multiply 100. Product Y we can produce 120 complete product. But product Z we can produce only 20 is equal to 4160 6816 896. Total contribution how much? Total contribution of 3 products are 11,872. So how to calculate the profit? Contribution minus less fixed cost. Contribution minus fixed cost. Fixed cost already given in the question, 7,000, right? Fixed cost is no change in the fixed cost. Fixed cost 7,000 per month. So the fixed cost is 7,000. So the profit is equal to 4,872. This is the profit with limiting factor with machine hours. Hope you are clear. We can move to the next part. Next part, additional information. The directors of Y Limited have been told they could hire a replacement machine for the month of July. The cost is 2,500. With a cost of 2,500, they have been told to replace a machine, 2,500 costed machine. What is the question? Advise the directors whether or not they should hire the replacement machine. Justify your answer by considering both advantages and disadvantages of hiring a replacement machine. So how many mark? They are given 4 mark question. So you have to write 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages. Advise the directors whether they justify your answer by considering advantages and disadvantages. So the first one, advantages. The company can, when they are without buying the new machine, their machine hours are less. They have only 500 machine hours when they required 700 machine hours to produce 3 products. So if they are replacing with one more machine, it will help the company to fulfill maximum demand. So advantages. Advantages will enable company to fulfill, because they can produce the full product, right? To fulfill maximum demand. Then second, full utilization of resources. Otherwise, the machine hours are less, they cannot use the total material or resources. So it will help them to use full materials. Full utilization of resources. Then what are the disadvantages here? The disadvantages. What are the disadvantages? The cost will be more. When they are replacing, they have to pay 2,500. So when the cost is more, what will happen? It will reduce the profit. Then second, they always, first we said the advantages, they can fulfill, the company can produce the full product and they can maximum the profit. But always the forecast will not be the correct. Maybe it will reduce the profit, right? Forecast maximum demand. Forecast maximum demand may not be achieved. May not be achieved. So these are the advantages and disadvantages. So the directors should replace the machine. You can You can justify the answer, they can replace or not replace. When you give, they can replace, you have to explain more why they have to replace. Otherwise, when you are going with not replace, you give the explanation accordingly. So here, the directive should replace, the directive should replace with hiring a machine will help them to produce all the three products and meet the order from customers. Otherwise, if the customers who want the product Y, if it's not available, they will find another supplier. So better the director should replace with another machine. Next, F. State three short-term decisions other than limiting factor decision where marginal costing would be useful. We are using the marginal costing for so many purposes, right? Make or buy decision. Which are they? Make or buy decisions. Second, special order decisions. That means customized order, right? When there is any customized order, we will use the marginal costing. Third one, decide whether to produce or not produce or close a department. If the business cannot produce a product, they can close the department of that product. So it will help the company to take a decision whether to produce or no or close the department. Decide whether produce or no and close the department. Next, additional information given for department 1, department 2. Available for another division of Y Limited. They have division operates system of absorption costing. The first one was marginal costing. Here they are following absorption costing. Absorption costing, we have to find the absorption rate. So, question number G. Calculate 2 decimal places appropriate overhead absorption rate. What is the equation to calculate overhead absorption rate? Overhead divided by machine or labor hours. Absorption rate is equal to overhead divided by machine or labor hours, which is more, right? Machine or labor hours. So here department 1 is equal to department 1 overhead and department 2. First we can do department 1. Department 1 overhead is 560, department 2 304,000. So department 1 560. Then machine or labor hours, here labor hours 140 and budgeted machine hours, because to calculate the absorption rate We use the budgeted labor or budgeted machine hours with budgeted overhead. So, here budgeted labor hours 140, budgeted machine hours 27. So, which is more? Budgeted labor hours are more. So, overhead is 560,000 divided by 140,000 is equal to, we are taken the labor hours here. So, 4 per labor hours. $4 per labor hour. Next, department 2. The same method we follow in department 2. Overhead 304,000 and budgeted labor hour for 46,000, but budgeted machine hours 160. So 160 is more than 46. So here we follow what machine hours is more. So we take machine hours 160,000, 304,000. Overhead is 304,000 divided by 160,000 is equal to $1.90 per machine hour. Here we are taking the machine hour. Clear? Next, here we are calculated the absorption rate as per the budgeted rate. Next, calculate over absorption or under absorption of overhead for each department. How to find the over absorption or under absorption? We will find the difference between actual and budgeted. So the first one, department 1. Department 1. Department 1 is equal to, what was the budgeted machine hours? Budgeted hours is equal to, here department 1 budgeted overhead, budgeted hours, budgeted labor hours. Department 1 we were followed the labor hours are more, right? Department 1 labor hours is more, while department 2 machine hours is more. But actual budgeted labor hour is 140, but actual labor hour is 124. So we have to find for budgeted labor hour 140, the budgeted overhead is 560,000. But we have to find the budgeted overhead for 124, we have to find the budgeted labor hours. So 124,000 multiply, what was the rate here? 4. So here department 1, 124,000 multiply 4 is equal to 496,000. We just made the flexed budget. The budgeted labor hours was 140,000, but actually is 124,000. So we cannot make the comparison properly. So first we make our budget not 140,000. We make it for the actual 124,000. How much will be the budgeted labor hours? So the budgeted labor hours will be 496,000. So now what is the actual labor hours? That is the cost was 496,000. But actual they are given, actual overhead is 533,000. So here Budgeted is 496,000, but actual is 533,000. If the actual is more and budgeted is less, we will calculate the under or over absorption based on the budgeted. Here the budgeted overhead for 124,000 is 496,000 while actual is more. So this is the difference is, how much is the difference? 37,000. More or less the budgeted? Less. So we can say 37,000 under absorbed. Are you clear, children? Under absorbed. Next, department 2. The same method we follow for department 2. Department 2, we will use the machine hours. Budgeted machine hours is 160,000, but actual machine hour is 151,000. So we have to make the budget for 151,000. So 151,000 multiply the absorption rate 1.90. So department 2, 151,000 multiply $1.90 is equal to 286,900. But what is the actual overhead? Actual overhead is for department 2. Actually is 294,000. Budgeted is only 286. The actual is minus 294,000. That is actually is more, budgeted is less. So what is the difference? 7,100 is the difference. So this is 7,100 under absorbed, because our budgeted is less than the actual. Hope you all are clear with this question solution. If you have any doubt, please put in the comment box. Thank you.